Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Today we are continuing our Ecto-1 build. We've got issue 15 right here. We're going to be doing stage 52, and boy, do we have a special issue for you guys today. Take a look at that piece. Oh, that looks incredible. I can't wait to get this out. Let's crack her open. Let's see what we got. All right, look at this. We finally get the cargo area floor. This is looking wonderful. This is the only piece we get. We do get a few screws, but there is something we've got to take care of before we actually start implementing stage 52. That is right, yo! Yet another incredible Mike Lane modification. This is going to be a bunch of carpet that goes onto that cargo area floor. This actually comes in several different packages. I have the complete set here, but you can buy just the carpet trim, or just this grill separately if you so choose. And I mean, just look at some of the detail on there. And this carpet trim as well. Now, sadly, for this carpet trim, you will have to use some glue, so I hope you have some crazy glue or some super glue sitting around. But I mean, just take a look. You get it real close, you can even see the screw heads. I mean, that's how detailed this is. But let's go ahead and bring the cargo area back, and we'll start throwing this carpet in. All right, we're gonna start with the largest piece here, and that's just gonna fit right in there, just like this. And you know, as with anything, it's important that you test fit it before you really get started here, and make sure that all of the screw holes line up just like they are supposed to. And it looks like mine was cut very, very well. Looking great. So what I'm gonna do here, let's pull this back out again, and we're gonna apply this much like we did with the front carpets. We pull part of it back, we align it and make sure that it's in there properly, and just go slowly down the lane. All right, look at that. Look at that. That looks awesome. Looks like maybe a little bit off on this screw hole here, but not enough to really impede the screw, so I think we're okay. And all the rest of them are perfectly lined up. But now there is a little bit of a leak, I guess you could say, on this end, but I think the carpet that's going to cover this will end up covering that as well. Yeah, look at that. That looks great, and it feels great too. All right, the next section of carpet we're going to be doing is this one, and this is where that metal grill will eventually end up. Yeah, this section here. So it's actually going to lay right along the back, just like this. Okay, and we're going to apply this exactly the same way as we did with the other one, where we pull off part of the backing, get it lined up and moving, and take it from there. All right, look at that. That was a lot harder to get in there than I thought it was going to be, but I think the end result is very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, the next piece we're going to put on is the middle length piece right here. You can see we've got three different rectangles of carpet here, and we're going to go with this one. and it's really kind of difficult to see. But if you look at the back, you can kind of see that this edge is at an angle, and it's got this little crop at the top, and on this side it is again slightly angled. So when you're taking a look at the carpet, okay, you've got a square edge and again an edge that is slightly at an angle here, and it is almost impossible to tell which edge is which. It is definitely this edge that is just slightly angled here. So you want to make sure that you orient it properly when you go to apply it. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it right back in this corner here, just like this. We're going to bring it out and around, and then what we want to do is use the backs of some tweezers to get it all the way in to this. So it'll end up just like that. Okay. Now there does seem to be a little bit of excess here. That could just be because I'm holding it with my hands and not actually sticking it. I'm not sure. Let's get this in and see how it goes. Okay, and as you can see, man, this looks quite nice, except for this edge here. And it's very odd because the sticker comes off just a little bit. And you know, I did use the tweezers here and I did push it into these corners as best I could. And yet, there's still that little bit hanging off. But you know what? I'm happy to have a little excess as opposed to a little too little. So I'm probably just going to take some scissors and I'll snip that piece off right there and leave it looking good. But I mean, this definitely looks way better than it did before. All right, and for this next bit, we're going to take the shortest of the rectangular carpet, and again, if you look real close, you can see it's been cut to match this edge with the little angle there, so you know which side is going towards the outside. And we can do a little test fit just like this, and you can see this one actually lines up just right. And we will apply this the same way we've applied all the rest. And there we go. Look at that, nice and neat, and this one fits flush and perfect. For this next bit, we're going to be fitting this metal grill here, and I mean, just look at that detail. I mean, you've got the screw heads, you've got everything, it's awesome. On the back, you can see there's a little bit of paper here. That is where the adhesive is. So it's really just a matter of pulling that paper off and then making sure you've got it lined up just right in that area and applying a little pressure to affix it. So let's go ahead and do that. And there it is. Now, technically on the real car, you know, that's hollow inside, but unless you plan on cutting through the base here, that's not going to happen. But this at least gives the impression of it being hollow, which is incredible. I love it. Alright, next up is the part I've really been dreading since I started this mod, because this is the part where you need your super glue. We're going to begin by taking one of these long trim pieces here, and you can see if you measure them up, one is slightly longer than the other. We're going to want the longest one here, and let's go ahead and take it out of the bag. Now we're going to want to test fit it. Now if you take a look at the trim itself, you can see one side has the screw heads, the other does not. The screw heads go on the side where the carpet is. And it should just line up quite neatly. This, yep, looks like it's right. Looks like it'll end right there at the edge where this goes. I believe this is where the workbench and jump seat are gonna go, so that's why that would end there. And we just line that up. We're test fitting it right now, and once you're sure you've got the right piece and you know how to align it properly, what you're gonna want to do is just apply some super glue right in there, and then put it in place and let the glue dry. All right, with that in place, we've got two more we've got to apply here. The shorter one is going to go here with the longer one on this edge. And the same rules apply with the screw head detail on the carpet side, and just a little little super glue on the back. Put it in place, let it dry, and make sure to test fit it before you apply it so that you know you've got everything just right. Okay, and that is one side of this particular modification completed. And you can see it. We've got this excellent carpeted area now. We've got that grill looking wonderful. We've got the trim hiding the edge of the carpet all around, and looking beautiful. And it is important to note that if you've gotten further along in the model than this, you can still do a little disassembly and apply this modification. And in my opinion, this is well worth it. But with this section done, now we flip over the cargo area and we get to do the same thing to this side. Now this carpet will be applied much the same way as that one, but since it's such a smaller area, well, smaller pieces. And again, just as with everything else, make sure you do your test fits first, and that all the screw holes and everything are visible and everything is lined up properly. All right, look at that. Looking beautiful. All right, for the last large piece of carpet, we've got the backing that's going to go here. And again, there's a slight angle on this side, and a slight angle in the cut of the carpet, so it will fit flush, just like this. So once again, make sure you test fit, and then we apply it just like all the rest. All right, and once again, an excellent piece of carpeting. Only two more pieces to go. We've got this side and this side, and again, slight angles. This end has a little bit of a piece cropped off the top, and the carpeting does come pre-cut that way. So if you look at the top of this one, there's a slightly heavier angle, and this has got a narrower end and a fatter end, and you just want to make sure that you got everything aligned properly when you're putting this in place. Okay, and with these last two pieces of carpet applied, there's only one step left, and that is to apply the three remaining pieces of trim. We've got these two little edge pieces and the longer piece. They will of course go on these three edges here. And we're going to apply them in exactly the same way, with the screw head detail on the carpet side and a little super glue on the back, And as always, test fit before you glue it in place, because it's not coming off once you do. Okay, and just look at that incredible detail all around on both sides. Once again, I think Mike Lane has outdone himself. This is an incredible modification that really adds to the model. And with this complete, I'm gonna clean up my workstation here and back in a sec to finish off stage 52. All right, the first thing we're gonna do for this stage is take this workstation here and we're going to line it up just like this on the back. And when you flip it over, you can see there's these little posts here, and they're going to go in those holes, so it should be fairly easy to line up. And then we go underneath, and we're going to use 4 DP screws to hold it all in place. Whew, that was harder than it looked. Underneath here, you can see the 2 screws for this are buried deep in there on this side, and then you've got these 2 over here. And the posts really didn't want to go in at first, so there was a little bit of force that had to be applied. I think that was inappropriate, but thankfully we were able to get it in, nothing cracked, and things are looking good. The little seat can fold out now into our nice newly carpeted area, and looking great. And there's one last step to do to finish off this stage. Now we're going to attach the front seat to the rear cargo area. And if you flip it over and line it up, there are going to be 7 screws. And you can see there's these little posts here, kind of hard to see. Those will line up there just like that to make sure that it's all lined up properly. And what you're going to want to do is use NP screws in all of these flush holes. So there's 5 flush holes in which we use the NP screws, and then we use LP screws in these with the posts and the different hole here. All right, and with all of that in place, we now have the interior fully extended and, well, looking incredible. And that completes stage 52. Okay, man, would you look at this beauty? Look at this. This is huge. And we haven't even really gotten started back here yet. I can't wait to get some more. We got that excellent mod from Mike Lane, which makes this look so much better. I mean, it really does, having this carpet in here. I don't know how well that translates on camera, but it makes a huge difference when looking at it from this perspective. If you like the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we're going to see you next time. Have a great day.